Test, 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 test. How's it going, YouTube? It's your boy Brian back at it again with a new video for you guys. Alright, you guys. So, welcome to the new channel. I should say the new channel. Because this is now a rebranded channel. Originally, this was for those of you that have been here long enough, you guys remember the old moniker. But if you guys have noticed, a lot of the old videos, most of the old videos got removed. There should only be currently one video posted on the channel, and that's on the Shorts channel. So make sure you subscribe because I'm also posting shorts on here. That's posted on there. But yeah, I stopped making YouTube videos a while back ago. More or less, I was kind of dissatisfied, to say the least, with the current state of YouTube at the time. I felt like YouTube turned its back really on the creators. A lot of the content that was coming out at the time just wasn't good. But especially during that pandemic phase, that transition from the pandemic to being out of quarantine, yeah, that YouTube era, let's scratch that. But anyway, you guys, this is a new channel. As you can see, the channel name is now Loop Straight. Don't ask me why I came up with that. Originally, that's an entire backstory to that name and that moniker. If you guys want that story someday in the future, I'll let you guys know about that if you guys really, really want to know. But yeah, the name of the channel is Loop Straight. I'm gonna be more or less focused on car-related content, personal vlogs, and things like that, and things of that nature. It's pretty much what I'm going to be posting on this channel. So nothing too crazy, but at the same time, it doesn't mean we can't still have fun like we used to on the old channel, where I used to do comedy skits and stuff like that. You never know. Maybe I might go crazy and do some crazy shit. You never know. You never know. But anyway, today we're going to be doing a modification on a car that I recommend that everybody do to their car. Everybody, every single person. If you do not have LED bulbs installed from the factory on your car, this is the easiest modification and one of the cheapest modifications that you can do to any car in order to make it look just a little bit nicer at night. Normally LEDs are about 90% more efficient from what the science people say.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I've never verified this, I'm not a fucking scientist, but you could tell the difference because they're normally way brighter than regular halogen bulbs that come installed from the factory on a car, and they tend to cost right around the same, and they tend to last longer. So there's a lot of benefits to switching all of the lights in your car over from halogen bulbs over to LEDs. Now, on my specific car, I've already done the conversion on most of the car. There's a lot of companies out there that offer kits that you can do a full conversion for all the lights in your car. For instance, my car is a Lexus IS 300 Sport. That car specifically had a kit online that I was able to purchase. Now, it was on the pricey side, but it kind of was convenient. That came out to about $100, but that was a full conversion from the interior all the way to the exterior, all around the car. If you really wanted to get cheap with it, if you want to keep it within a reasonable budget, you can easily pick up all of the individual bulbs inside of an eBay shopping cart for like less than 50 bucks on most cars. And that would be including the interior and exterior, but excluding the headlights. Normally the headlight bulbs are more expensive to get converted from halogen over to LEDs, but it's because that technology is a little bit more, how would you say, you don't want to cheap out on that because that's probably not a good idea for safety reasons. But anyway, today I'm going to be changing out two LEDs that I actually already switched out on the previous kit. In today's little install, we are going to be installing these bad boys into the courtesy lights. So these are LED lights, but there's a twist to them. Inside of here is actually a housing for a projector, because this is actually a projection of a logo that's going to be put under the Puddle lights, where you step into the car on the driver and passenger side. So it's going to give the car just a little bit more of a luxurious look and feel getting in and out of the vehicle. Highly recommend this. You can find these on eBay, you can find these on Amazon. Personally, I picked this up from a vendor for my specific model and car because I wanted specifically my car's F-Sport logo on this, but I paid about $80 for these, but I couldn't find this specific logo anywhere else. This vendor was like a boutique seller that specially make these for my car. I also have a bonus video that I recommend checking out on the Shorts channel that I'll post on separately. But that video is going to be on a little modification to the tail lights that you can do for a very, very reasonable price, and you can do it at home as well. But anyway, let's jump over to the car and show you how to get these installed. All right, you guys, so for an install like this, it's actually fairly simple. The most you're gonna need is a very simple prying tool. This is about, let's see if I can get that in focus. So this is a trim remover tool. Normally you can get away with just using a flathead screwdriver as well. You just wanna make sure that it's as thin as possible and as small as possible in order to avoid damaging the plastics inside the car. All right, so we are at the location where we're going to be installing this light. Now, if we take a very close look at the plastic here, you can see that there's a small little triangle there. On my model and car specifically, it gives you an indicator. You can see that now. It's in focus. It gives you a little indicator of where that little small prying tool has to go in order to get this plastic housing released. So let's go ahead and get that done. Now, in my case, we're removing this entire part of the housing because the new lights come with this installed. So we no longer need this part right here. I recommend just saving this because you can either go ahead and resell these to recoup some of the cost on the part. That's how the factory one looks. And then these are the new ones. So here's a comparison, a side-by-side comparison. That's the factory. That's the new one with the new projector installed at the bottom of it. Now, we want to make sure that we have the correct side. So if you see on the factory, it should line up with the factory one. In order to line up those clips, it should go installed this way and then clips in on that side. So let's take a test fit. Uh-oh. And I guess we're gonna have to scratch this video, you guys. So I didn't realize this, but the part they sent me isn't a direct fit. If you guys can see, the ports on the end are two completely different connectors. So the female end doesn't connect to the male end on this connector. So they actually sent me the wrong part from the vendor. So I guess we're gonna have to start. I lied. All right, that's a good thing that I'm an idiot. So we actually do see that they do fit. This actually has an adapter that's on the back side. So this is on the opposite side of where the regular connector is.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb, for real.
So it does fit. So as you can see there. All right, so this end here goes into here. Oh, we have power. And essentially you want to push it until you hear a click from the male end into the female end, but it looks like that's the furthest we're going to be able to get that. Then we have to squeeze this in there, and that goes squeezed in there, and that's our new light. Now right off the bat, I can see that it's already working.
We're not going to be able to see it on the ground until it's nighttime. But it looks like it's going to cover a fair amount on the ground. So let's go do the same thing on the other side and wrap this video up. Wow. Something that I also didn't notice on this piece right here where the projector is, you can actually turn it to adjust where the projection actually falls on the ground. So since the door are technically at an angle, you can aim these down or up depending on how far or low you want the light to be. Alright, let's finish getting that installed. Backwards. Actually goes downward, like so. Clips into place. And that was it. That was the install, you guys. So you can see, it looks like it's almost OEM factory. You really can't tell the difference. It's hidden and out of the way until you open the door. So we will come back to this video later on in the nighttime and see what they look like. All right, and now that it's nighttime, you can come and test our new projectors. Oh yeah. You can adjust how far out it goes. I personally would prefer it as close as possible to the car. It's nice and bright. Let's check the passenger side. And even better, the F-Sport logo. Good area coverage, I'll give it that.
All right, so overall, that's one of the easiest installs that you could possibly do on any car. As an install rating, I give that an easy 1 star. It will literally take you less than 10 minutes to install both sides on the courtesy puddle lights on most cars. As long as you have a tool that's thin enough, you shouldn't damage any of the plastic. Most of the lighting housing covers in your car are pretty much the exact same process. It's pop off the plastic, change the light bulb. So again, you can find all of these lights normally on eBay. If you want, I'll link some brands that you can get on Amazon if you want to pick up some of these lights. As well for your specific make and model if you want to find them online. But that'll do for today's video. Make sure to check the shorts channel as I'm going to be uploading a side project. You guys might have seen it earlier in a clip.
this little project over here on the Shorts channel to get a little bit more content. That's a quick 5-second install. It should take the same amount of time that it took to install those LEDs to install that little module as well. And I'll tell you what that is on the Shorts channel. So make sure you stop by and take a look. Aside from that, I hope you guys have a blessed day. I will see you guys in the next one. Ha!